Welcome back, viewers, to this, the Yak's special edition of football video game reviews, in eager anticipation of the forthcoming World Cup. Today's game has the distinction of being one of the last games ever for the Mega Drive. FIFA 98 Road to the World Cup signals the end of an era. An era that started all those years ago with Sonic the Hedgehog, and of course, World Cup Italia 90. We're going to get into the action right away, with a match between England and their old adversaries, Deutschland, or, if you don't speak German, Germany. It's actually the quick start match. If you hit start, you get straight into this game. Goal celebrations and instant replays had become staple in football video games by now, so there's not really anything new there. However, it's still nice to rub it in the faces of your opponents when you score against them. Taking throw-ins always cheese me off in this game, because no matter how accurately you place the cursor, the guy would still chuck it a million miles away from the guy you wanted him to. I'm guessing that by now, EA Sports had focused all the concentration in the next-gen consoles like the PlayStation and the Dreamcast. And there's no time left for the poor old Mega Drive. Don't let that take away from the fact that it's still quite a fun game, however. Yes, it may be gloriously rehashed, but there's still a decent engine in there. I do prefer the graphics of the original FIFA International Soccer. This motion capture stuff doesn't really work as well on the Mega Drive. Nevertheless, I still enjoyed some of the soundtracks from the Mega Drive's games, and I quite like this one, even if it sounds a little bit like a Jamaican steel drum band in a tin, if that could possibly exist. The range of teams available to play as really can't be faulted, even if Wigan Athletic aren't in there. However, there is the option to create your own teams and your own custom players. To be honest with you though, I'd rather have an absolutely brilliant game with just 2 teams in it, rather than a game with a billion teams and really bad gameplay. It is a wonderful feature though to play as Seattle or AEK Athens or someone. To finish off, we're going to see if FIFA 98 Road to the World Cup can predict the future. We're going to pit England versus the United States in a warm-up for the actual World Cup taking place in South Africa. This might be a good time to mention a problem I have with the kits in this game. Every single one of them has a stripe going down the middle, and there are hardly any real-life teams that have a kit formation like that. I mean, this looks nothing like the real England kit. Not of 1998, not of ever. ISS Deluxe came out 3 years before this, and even it managed to get the kits right. FIFA, you screwed up there. Passing in this game is quite difficult to master. It'll take you a good couple of years before you can pinpoint that cross or find a man from 40 yards. And the goalkeepers seem to have ramped up a notch. They're incredibly difficult to beat, but not impossible, as we're seeing in this game, which has already seen 2 goals for England. Come on! Oh dear, come on Capello, get your boys' act together. Oh dear. Well, FIFA 98 seems to think the England-USA game will finish 2 each. We'll have to wait a while to see if that's correct. Until then, keep kicking that leather.